Today I'm going to be showing you how to make mushroom jerky out of oyster mushrooms. Now this can be done with any type of mushroom. Shiitake is also really good for this. Maitake, go ahead, give it a try for yourself. Any type of mushrooms, the porcinis, the golden oysters. One thing you want to do to start is to cut off the stems, separate the stems from the cap, and then just pull it apart. Basically, you just want to be able to dry these all at the same rate, so the stem is going to be a bit thicker than the cap. So just be aware of that. But you can't really mess this up, so enjoy yourself. Both the Latin and common names refer to the shape of the fruiting body. This is a pleurotus austriatus. Latin pleurotus means sideways, refers to the sideways growth of the stem with respect to the cap, while the word austriatus and the English common name oyster refers to the shape of the cap, which resembles the bivalve of the same name. Many also believe that the name is fitting due to the flavor resemblance to oysters. Pearl oyster mushroom is also used to make mycelium bricks, mycelium furniture, and leather-like products. So once you've cut all this up, it doesn't really matter how much. You're just going to put it into a bag with some marinade and then throw it in the refrigerator. Now, first things first, put it in a bigger pan. The most important ingredient is the apple cider vinegar, or some sort of acidic type of vinegar. I put in a little bit of habanero powder. It's maybe a little bit too much for some people. A little bit of salt. Some pepper, grind some pepper in there. A lot of these ingredients, aside from the vinegar, you can put in anything you want, just however you want it to taste. Liquid smoke, if you have access to that, it's going to give it a nice kind of barbecue-y flavor, like it's been on the grill in a proper smoker. Put in a little bit of soy sauce, just makes it a little saltier. Some sesame oil, the gomayu that we have in Japan. It also gives a richness, and the oil gets absorbed into the mushrooms, making it a little bit nicer. Now, just for show, I put on my rubber gloves and use these to mix it up. Also keep my finger germs from getting into it. Put it in the refrigerator for 8 to 48 hours, I've heard. I usually just leave it in overnight. Bag it up into any kind of kitchen bag. And then you just throw it into the refrigerator. Excellent vegan alternative to beef jerky. Uses a lot less water. Oh, whoops. I forgot to put in the garlic. You can chop up your own garlic or just get it out of a tube, or garlic powder is fine. Again, just put in as much as you want to taste. Just throw in a little water to get all the flavors out of the pan before I wash it. Try to get all the air out of the bag. And seal the bag and throw it in the refrigerator. Like I mentioned, for 8 to 48 hours. Leave it in overnight. Now, when you're ready to throw this into the oven, first, you're going to put it on a rack. On top of the rack, you put on some wax paper, some oven paper, and then just dump out the mushrooms after they're done marinating. spread it out onto the wax paper. Make sure that you have the thinnest layer possible and that they're not overlapping each other. It's not a big deal. Even if they do overlap a little bit, that's fine. They just might stick together during cooking. This recipe is simply 120 degrees Celsius for 90 minutes. You can put it on the bottom or the top rack. I don't know what the difference is. I use convection. And basically all you want to do is heat it up, dry it out, and it comes out looking something like jerky. Tastes delicious, goes great with beer. Yum, yum, yum. Give it a shot. Let me know how it goes in the comments.